So by now, you've probably heard everything there is to hear about the SSL UF8. It came out earlier this year, and it seems like everybody and their brother was making a video on it at the time. They were running out, grabbing it, buying it, getting it from Sweetwater, who knows. They were making a video on it, and I hadn't made a video on it. I wanted to wait. I wanted to spend some time with it once I did get it. And here we are. I've had the UF8 for a couple months now, and I have some clever insights to how I feel about the device, some of the things I don't think people have said about it, and I figured that I would make this video and share those thoughts with you guys. But before we go any further, it's algorithm time. I've taken the time out of my day to make these videos for you guys, so please take the time out of your day, hit the like button, leave a comment below, let me know what you think of the video, let me know what you think of the UF8, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And if you really feel like supporting the channel, go to thestevekinney.com. You can schedule one-on-one time with me. You can also pick up the Console Classics packs, the Heritage Classics packs, which are made for the UAD platform. All right, so let's talk some facts here. So as you might already know, the SSL UF8 is a DAW controller. With it, you can control your faders, panning, automation, sends, even plugins, and it does it with immense style. It really looks like a console that you'd find in a pro studio. And if you bought a couple of them, I mean, I guess you really would have a digital console here, and it's pretty powerful. So now let's answer, how have I been using the device? Well, I am a big Luna user. I have ditched Pro Tools, I have ditched Logic. Now on the note of Luna, I will be making a separate video on the UF8 and Luna, how I use it, what's my workflow like, etc. If you want to see that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel because I will be posting it shortly after this video. But what I can tell you in this video about Luna and the UF8, it's like a match made in heaven. It makes your workflow that much quicker. It feels fantastic to work with because they match specific fader throws. The custom keyboard commands is massive for Luna. Really speeds up my workflow. Of course, something different that from my platform Nano and this is that I don't just use the fader now for automation, I actually mix on it. It feels really good to mix on. And I do find myself using the pan knobs quite a bit, a lot more frequently than I ever did with the platform Nano. So what's good about the UF8 anyway? The first thing that actually really surprised me when I got the UF8 out of the box, I didn't notice right away. But it was the faders themselves. Now these faders that you find on a lot of these control surfaces are generally speaking kind of cheap. They're nothing like a console fader. That's not the case with the SSL UF8. So I couldn't actually get a camera close enough to do this. But if you look closely and you take like a flashlight and you look inside, the fader itself is connected via these metal grooves. And that's what's actually driving the fader. So these faders are not cheap faders. They're high quality, very strong, very smooth. If you put this on your desk, you're gonna feel like you're sitting at a console. So that's awesome, makes me feel really good. I like that. The next thing that I noticed, and this is something that I don't think other people really talk about a whole lot, but it's the layout of the device. Each section of the controller can be controlled with just only a glance in the general direction. And you kind of reach for certain parameters in certain areas of the device. So for example, in the bottom left corner, you have your automation. You have your 3 quick shortcut commands in the top left-hand corner. In the bottom right-hand corner, you have your jog and zoom. And then of course, the customized soft keys are directly at the top. So it's all kind of laid out in a very directional, specific, flowy kind of way. And with the way that I've laid out my custom commands, it's made jumping around in Luna incredibly efficient. Now, the final great thing that I really like about this device is also kind of its Achilles heel. It's the customization. I absolutely think that this is incredible, but it kind of bugs me at the same time. Let me explain. So the adverts that you would see when the device came out, mostly when the device came out, were about the customization and how it's so customizable. It kind of led you to believe that every button on there could be custom configured with the SSL software. Now that's not exactly the case. You get 3 quick keys in the top left corner, and then you get 8 programmable keys across the top. Now those 8 keys have 5 banks, so you get about 43 customizable configurable commands. Now that is damn awesome, and that number kind of grows if you get a second unit. And like I said before, with Luna, this makes a massive difference with speed and workflow. It is really incredible what they've done because you can string together keyboard commands. So not just like a simple keyboard shortcut, you can kind of almost program like macros. So that's really freaking cool. Now, finally, it's worth mentioning that I haven't tried the plugin control support. Again, I don't go into Logic, I don't go into Pro Tools. From what I've seen on YouTube thus far, it's kind of hit and miss. You got to spend a lot of time like mapping and remapping, things of that nature. But once you get it up and running, it's pretty cool. Personally, I'm waiting on the Luna dev team and the SSL dev team to get their in gear and get that rolling. I'm sure whatever they come up with is going to be fantastic. So that brings me to what's missing in the device and what's bad about the UF8. The first thing is that Achilles heel that I talked about, the lack of depth of customization. And what I mean by that is it would be incredibly cool, incredibly powerful if I could color code the soft keys if I want. When you power on the device, it does this fancy Vegas mode light show in RGB, so you know that it has the capability to display different colors. Additionally, it'd be really cool if I could customize other buttons entirely, or all of the buttons. It'd be pretty cool if I could do that, especially kind of based off of what we've seen already with the 360 software that it comes with. Specifically because in the top left corner, they have a layer menu, and those 3 buttons are completely useless to me because I don't work in other DAWs. So why not give me the ability to program those as well? And kind of backtracking back to the whole colors thing, it'd be really cool if the LCD panels where the track headers are also followed your track colors within your session. I think that that would make things really speedy and would just be a nice little touch to include as well. And finally, and simply put, there's no power switch. No telling whether or not SSL is actually going to fix any of those things, but I'm pretty sure they're aware of them. And it does seem like SSL is continuously trying to innovate and bring out really cool, new, innovative devices. So only time will tell. I just hope that it's not treated like the Mackie Control Universal, where it's the same way for 100 years. Anyways, if you're watching this video because you are on the fence about the SSL UF8 and you're wondering, is it really worth the money? My answer would be that it's definitely worth the money. You're getting a really high quality device. The faders are fantastic, really high quality. Nothing about this device says that it's just gonna crap out on me after a year. And if you're doing mixes regularly that are larger mixes, this will probably really speed up your workflow as well. So that's always a huge plus. If you're a Luna user, it's almost like I said before, it's a match made in heaven. Phenomenal with Luna. So take that for what it's worth. Now, if you're worried about the device becoming obsolete, I don't blame you. We are definitely in some sort of golden age of innovative gear coming out with all of these companies kind of working backwards. It seems like they're all trying to go proprietary. So I wouldn't be surprised if SSL turns the 360 software into a complete DAW. It looks like with their native plugins, that's going to be like the baseline for what would be included. And this is a precursor to a specific controller along with the UC1. The only thing that's really missing now is like a master control section. So I don't know that the SSL UF8 itself would be obsolete from the standpoint of within the SSL ecosystem, but there's a high likelihood that when they came out with this, Softtube and Neve and API, they all kind of were going, I wonder if we could do this better. And then of course, Mackie, they're probably like, damn it, we need to go back to the drawing board because this is just so next level. But the key positive takeaway here is that everyone really does need to step up their game now. SSL has outdone everyone this past year, in my opinion. I'm loving the UF8 after having it for quite a while. So I know that if you went out and picked it up, you'd like it too. I did not intend on making this video run this long, but I do appreciate everyone that stuck with me through the whole video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like, leave a comment below, and be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. That way you can see my review on the UF8 and Luna. Anyway, cheers guys. Thanks so much for watching.